The rise of BRICS and the de-dollarization agenda. Understanding de-dollarization, a paradigm shift in global finance. Morgan Stanley's bold prediction, the US dollar remains supreme. Historical stability of the USD, a safe haven during crises. Potential scenarios. A multipolar currency system and geopolitical implications. Impact on US sectors, navigating the shifting sands of global finance. Conclusion. The future of the US dollar in a changing world. Written by Fareed Zakaria from CNN. Section 1. The rise of BRICS and the de-dollarization agenda. The global financial landscape is undergoing a significant transformation. BRICS, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is challenging the dominance of the US dollar. They advocate for a shift away from the USD in international trade and finance. This movement, known as de-dollarization, has gained momentum. BRICS aims to reduce global reliance on the US dollar and promote local currencies. Their collective influence is growing, sending ripples through the international financial system. They argue that a multipolar world requires a multipolar currency system. Reducing dependence on the USD will enhance their economic sovereignty and stability. The BRICS nations are actively pursuing initiatives to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. The outcome remains to be seen, but the de-dollarization agenda indicates shifting dynamics in the global financial system. Section 2. Understanding de-dollarization, a paradigm shift in global finance. De-dollarization represents a fundamental shift in global trade and finance. It involves reducing the use of the US dollar in global transactions. This trend is driven by geopolitical shifts and new economic powers. Historically, the US dollar has been pivotal in the global economy. It has been the primary currency for trade, investment, and reserves. The USD's dominance is due to the US economy's size and stability. However, the global landscape is changing. Emerging economies, especially BRICS, challenge the current order. They seek to reduce reliance on the US dollar. De-dollarization aims to mitigate risks of a dollar-centric system. Fluctuations in the USD impact trade balances and economic stability. Reducing USD dependence helps insulate from external shocks. Section 3. Morgan Stanley's bold prediction, the US dollar remains supreme. Despite de-dollarization, Morgan Stanley maintains a bullish outlook on the US dollar. Analysts predict the USD will remain the dominant global currency. This is due to the structural strengths of the US economy and financial markets. The US dollar benefits from a deep financial market and a stable political system. These factors attract foreign investment, supporting the USD's status. Morgan Stanley points to the historical resilience of the US dollar during crises. The US dollar has traditionally played the role of a safe haven asset. Section 4. Historical stability of the USD, a safe haven during crises. The US dollar has long been regarded as a safe haven asset, a reputation earned through its historical stability during times of global economic and geopolitical turmoil. This perception of the USD as a safe haven is deeply ingrained in the global financial system and continues to underpin its dominance. Throughout history, the US dollar has weathered numerous storms, from wars and recessions to financial crises and pandemics. In each instance, the USD has emerged as a beacon of stability, attracting capital inflows as investors sought refuge from uncertainty. One notable example is the 2008 global financial crisis. As financial markets around the world tumbled, the US dollar surged in value. Investors sought the relative safety of US Treasury bonds, driving up demand for the USD. This flight to safety underscored the enduring appeal of the US dollar as a safe haven asset. The historical stability of the USD can be attributed to a number of factors. The United States has a large and diversified economy, a stable political system, and a strong legal framework that protects property rights. These factors inspire confidence in the US dollar as a store of value. Section 5. Potential scenarios, a multipolar currency system and geopolitical implications. The future of the US dollar and the global financial system hangs in the balance as the forces of de-dollarization gather momentum. While Morgan Stanley predicts the continued dominance of the USD, it is essential to consider alternative scenarios and their potential implications. One possible scenario is the emergence of a multipolar currency system, where the US dollar shares its preeminence with other major currencies, such as the euro, the Chinese yuan, or a basket of currencies representing emerging economies. In this scenario, global trade and finance would be conducted through a more diversified mix of currencies, reducing reliance on any single currency. A multipolar currency system could have significant geopolitical implications. It could lead to a more fragmented global economy, with different blocks of countries gravitating towards different currency spheres of influence. This could exacerbate existing geopolitical tensions and create new challenges for global cooperation. Another scenario is the continued dominance of the US dollar, but with a gradual erosion of its status as the sole global reserve currency. In this scenario, the USD would remain the most important currency, but its influence would gradually diminish as other currencies gain traction. Section 6. Impact on U.S. sectors. Navigating the shifting sands of global finance. The evolving dynamics of the global currency landscape have significant implications for various sectors of the U.S. economy. As the world grapples with the possibility of a de-dollarized or multipolar currency system, U.S. businesses and policymakers must adapt to the shifting sands of global finance. One sector that could be significantly impacted is the U.S. financial industry. The dominance of the U.S. dollar has long benefited U.S. financial institutions, which play a central role in global capital markets. However, a decline in the USD's status could erode their competitive advantage and lead to a loss of market share to institutions based in other currency hubs. Another sector that could be affected is U.S. manufacturing. A weaker U.S. dollar could make U.S. exports more competitive, potentially boosting manufacturing output. However, it could also lead to higher import costs, which could fuel inflation and erode consumer purchasing power. The energy sector is another area where the impact of a changing currency landscape could be felt. The U.S. dollar is the primary currency for pricing oil and other commodities. A shift away from the USD in commodity markets could lead to greater price volatility and complicate risk management for U.S. energy companies. Section 7. Conclusion. The future of the U.S. dollar in a changing world. The future of the U.S. dollar is uncertain. The forces of de-dollarization are challenging the USD's long-standing dominance, while institutions like Morgan Stanley maintain their faith in its resilience. The outcome of this tug-of-war will have profound implications for the global economy and the balance of power. As the world becomes increasingly multipolar, it is plausible that the global currency system will follow suit. The emergence of new economic powers coupled with geopolitical shifts could lead to a more fragmented currency landscape where the US dollar shares its dominance with other major currencies. The transition to a multipolar currency system, if it were to occur, would likely be gradual and marked by periods of both stability and volatility. The US dollar's deep liquidity, established infrastructure, and safe haven status suggest that it will remain a significant player in the global financial system for the foreseeable future. The evolving currency landscape presents both challenges and opportunities for the United States. Adapting to a world where the US dollar may no longer reign supreme will require proactive policymaking, economic diversification, and a willingness to embrace a more multipolar world order. Don't miss out and subscribe.